I'm going to show you something that should not be possible. Two engineers, same CLI, same model, same prompt, word for word identical. One gets code that looks like day one junior wrote it. The other gets code indistinguishable from your best staff engineers. The difference is not the prompt, not the model, not the engineer's experience or seniority. It is a simple variable that most teams are not managing at all. By the end of this video, you will know what context engineering is, why it is the highest leveraged skill in AI augmented development right now, and exactly how to implement it in Gemini CLI, in Claude, and in anti-gravity starting today. In early 2025, Toby Luque, the CEO of Shopify, sent an internal memo to his entire company. He introduced a concept he called context engineering. His definition: the art of providing all the context for a task to be plausibly solvable by the AI. Not prompt engineering, but context engineering. The distinction is not semantic, but it is architecturally significant. Prompt engineering is about the question that you ask. Context engineering is about everything the model knows before you ask. A brilliant question asked in an information vacuum produces mediocre output, but a simple question asked with complete structured context produces expert output. MIT Technology Review documented this shift explicitly in late 2025. They wrote that the year marked a transition from what they called a vibe-based approach to systemic discipline of managing how AI systems process context. Here is the number that tells the real story. 67% of active repositories now include a file specifically designed to give AI models the institutional knowledge they need to behave like a team member, but not a stranger. In Anthropic's ecosystem, the file is called claude.md. In Gemini CLI, it is called gemini.md, or a project level instruction file. In Google's anti-gravity, it is the knowledge base, a persistent memory layer shared across all the agents in the workspace. Different names, but the same discipline. And most teams are not doing it yet. Context engineering has 5 dimensions. These are not guidelines. These are the systems model. Dimension 1, selection. What information does the model need? Architectural decisions, coding standards, domain technology, existing patterns. The model knows nothing about your business, your technical debt, or your team's conventions. You choose what it learns. Dimension number 2, compression. How do you convey maximum signal in minimum tokens? Research from Stanford and UC Berkeley shows that model output quality degrades before the context window limit is reached. Dimension number 3, ordering. Where you place information in the context window changes how the model weighs it. Critical constraint belong at the top, supplementary details below. This is not an intuition, it is actually the real architecture. Dimension number 4, isolation. What you exclude is as important as what you include in the context. Irrelevant context creates noise, noise creates drift, drift creates production bugs. A sharp context file is always not the long one. Dimension number 5, format optimization. Structured context, clear section headers, explicit rules, decision rational, outperforms prose. You are not writing for a reader. You are writing for a pattern matching system. These 5 dimensions apply everywhere. In Claude, your claude.md file plus your ARDs form the layer. In anti-gravity, the knowledge base is that layer, but critically, anti-gravity's agent can be poisoned by untrusted sources if your knowledge base is not tightly scoped. 2 contributions. Contribution 1. Context engineering is the single highest leveraged skill in AI augmented development. Selection, compression, ordering, isolation, and format. 5 dimensions, 1 practice. In Gemini CLI, that practice lives in your gemini.md file. In Claude, it lives in your claude.md and ADRs. In anti-gravity, it lives in the knowledge base. The tool changes, the discipline is still the same. The files that give your AI models institutional knowledge are not documentation overhead. They are the substrate of every AI interaction your team has. Invest in them, maintain them, scope them carefully for security, treat them like your test suite. Here is what this looks like at the frontier. Cognizant deployed 1,000 engineers with explicit title of context engineer in August 2025. EY is hiring context engineer managers at up to $250,000 per year. This is not a niche. It is becoming the foundational practice of enterprise AI adoption. And the teams who are not doing this yet, who are using Gemini CLI or Claude without structured context files, are not getting the capability of those models. They are getting the model's best guess about their system. Those are very different things. The next video is the one most of you have been waiting for. Subscribe so you don't miss it. See you there.